Hey everybody, my name is Aaron and I quit my job to start a startup. It's called Hi-Hat and it's the best way for bands and fans to connect. It's a new slogan. The old one was the app that makes being a fan into a game, but I had to change that because I wanted to focus on the engagement aspects of the app and not the game aspects of the app. And accordingly, I spent the last week and a half rearranging the app and redesigning it and focusing on the engagement and community parts of it and eliminating the majority of the game parts of it. A lot of the code is still there. I tried to make it modular in a way so I could just take a big piece and move it to the side and make it invisible, so that if I decide to add back in the game aspects and they're close enough to the way they are now, that everything will work. But who knows, maybe it won't. I mean, one of the things that I know is a sign of a good entrepreneur, of someone who is trying to solve a real problem, is that you have to be open to the idea that your initial idea was bad. And I'm not convinced yet that it was bad, but I have realized that the amount of complexity that I had in Hi-Hat a month ago was commensurate more with a product that had been out for several years than with a product that was about to launch. And the idea that I would build something that had a big audience and simultaneously monetize it in a way that's usually reserved for things that already have big audiences, it's probably not going to work, or at least it makes the design aspects of the app much harder to tackle because it adds so many extra elements. So now that that's gone, the app is basically feature complete. My next step is to populate it with data, so add in a whole ton of bands, band information, venue information, show information, a lot of stuff that it's really a lot of work to get this together. And once I've done that, provided the app works just as well with a lot of data as it did with just a little bit of data, I'll be ready to launch it. Now, after I launch it, then the real work begins, because the work changes from just sitting at the computer and developing and getting some feedback when I can to basically trying to get people to use the app and give me feedback constantly. The key is that I need to understand why people like it, why people don't like it, how they use it, what they get out of it, and the important thing is to listen very carefully to the problems that they say it's solving or the complaints that they have, not necessarily to the ideas that they have for solutions, and to try to get to the core of either what makes it work or what might make it work if it doesn't. So if I can do that, if I can make sure that it's solving some core problem that people have, or that it's providing them with something that they didn't know they needed but now they need, then ultimately it can be very successful. And if I launch it and I can't get that kind of feedback, if the general reaction is meh, well, that's bad, and I have to make some considerations about where to go from there. But, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. So that's it. This week is about putting the finishing touches on it, about fixing bugs, and about getting the final data ready. And once that happens, I'll make a big video announcement and I'll put it on the App Store, and hopefully Apple approves it and doesn't come back and say I've broken all the rules that I didn't know about. And we're off to the races, so to speak. Check back next week to see if everything worked out. Anyway, thanks for watching. That's all for this week. And I hope that you will subscribe and comment, give me feedback, like the video, whatever it is you want to do. I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.